So today we're going to talk about functions. A function is a relationship between the independent variable x and the dependent variable y. Each value of x is corresponding to exactly one value of y. Two different values of x can have the same value of y, but one value of x cannot have two different values of y. One example is the price of the fruits in a store is a function of what kind of fruit it is. 1 pound of apple and 1 pound of oranges can have the same price. However, 1 pound of apple cannot have two different prices. This is because one value of x cannot have two different values of y. Which of these relations cannot be functions? If you recall, one value of x in a function cannot have two different values of y. However, in C, the same value of x, which is 3, has two different values of y. Therefore, C cannot be a function. So one type of function is a linear function, and in a linear function, the graph will be a straight line. You can write it as y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So an example is a formula that relates the temperature in Celsius to the temperature in Fahrenheit is F is equal to 9 over 5C plus 32. If the temperature is 140 degrees Fahrenheit, what is the equivalent temperature in Celsius? So you can substitute F for 140. Then you can subtract 32 from both sides. And then you can multiply both sides by 5 over 9. Until the answer is 60 degrees Celsius. So another type of function is called the quadratic function. You can write it as f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, but a is not equal to 0. You can also write it as f of x is equal to a times x plus b over 2a squared plus 4ac minus b squared over 4a. The vertices of the minimum and maximum will be the minimum or maximum will be h is equal to b over 2a, and k will be equal to 4ac minus b squared over 4a. So if f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus k, what are the values of k for which f of 2 is equal to 6? You can substitute in x for 2, set it equal to 6. You can expand it, and then you will get that k is equal to 10. You also have the floor function. So it looks like this. And when you see this notation, you take the greatest integer value not greater than x. It is also called the Gaussian function because it was introduced by Carl Friedrich Gauss in the year 1808. So if f of x is equal to floor function, where the floor function is the greatest integer less than or equal to x, find the value of the floor function 1 plus 1 over 3 over 1/2 minus 1. So first you have to simplify the inside. It's out to be 4 over 3 divided by negative 1/2. So you can just do keep, change, and then flip. And then you'll get negative 8 over 3. And this is equal to negative 2 2/3. And so the greatest integer less than or equal to this number is equal to negative 3. Finally, you have functional functions, which are just equations containing unknown functions. If f of 2x is equal to 2 over 2 plus x for all x is greater than 0, then what is 2 times f of x? You can say 2x is equal to x, and consequently, x will be equal to x over 2. So you can represent this as f of x is equal to 2 over 2 plus and then this will be equal to 2 over 4 over 2 plus the capital X over 2. And you can simplify this even further to 4 over 4 plus capital X. So if you have this, then you can just change the capital X to the lowercase x. So you get, and so 2 times this would just be 8 over 4 plus x. So this is your answer.